Hello. This screencast is actually a continuation of a previous one, which was about Asia, and we're going to continue that and connect that now to the Middle East. The Middle East, again, is a region that is actually connected from kind of three different continents, mostly two, but there's a third that's sometimes included. And those continents are the following: Asia, which is over here to the east, Africa over here to the west, and then sometimes the country of Turkey is included in the Middle East, and that is part of Europe. So here we go. This screencast teaches us about the Middle East. The first thing that you might remember about the Middle East, and that we're going to connect to actually, is this guy. And if you remember from our previous screencast, this is the dinosaur that is a dinosaur backpack on the back of India. And remember, India was Indiana Jones, and that's this country right over here that we can see the edge of. So we're going to remember that is our dinosaur backpackistan that is over here. So we're going to continue our story of Indiana Jones, and let's see, what is Indiana Jones carrying in that dinosaur backpackistan? Well, oddly enough, he's actually carrying an afro wig, and that afro is going to remind us that this is the country of Afghanistan. So what does he do with that Afghanistan that he has? Well, he puts it on his head. But unfortunately, since Indiana Jones isn't a clown, everybody laughs at him when he puts that Afghanistan wig on his head. So then he realizes, I can't stay here anymore. And so he says, I ran. He had to run. And he ran, there it is, he ran and jumped over to the country of Saudi. He sought safety in Saudi. And Saudi Arabia is that particular country. So again, he had on his Afghanistan wig. He was made fun of, so he ran to Saudi. He sought safety in Saudi Arabia. And the other thing to remember is that in Saudi Arabia, which is located on the boot, he bought some hiking boots. So he bought some hiking boots because he was going to take a hike over Jordan, which is this country right here. He was going to take a hike over Jordan. And he was hiking over the country of Jordan to see his real, which tells us that this right here, small country, is the country of Israel. He was hiking to see his real mummy or mommy, but mummies are found in the country of Egypt. So that was a long part of the story, but let's go ahead and retrace his steps. Remember, we've got Mr. Indiana Jones over here in the country of India. He's wearing a backpack, which is a dinosaur, and it reminds us of Pakistan. In his backpack, he has an afro, which reminds us that this is the country of Afghanistan. He puts on that afro but gets laughed at, so he decides to ran and jump to safety in the country of Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia is located on the boot, so he buys some hiking boots. He takes a hike over that country of Jordan to the country of Israel because he's going to see his real mummy. His mummy or mommy is in the country of Egypt, where mummies are. And pay attention to Egypt because that's going to lead into our third part of the story about Indiana Jones. Hope that's helped you with some of the geography of the Middle East.